Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to the Weekly Comment. I'm Jonathan McHugh.
And I'm Tamara Conniff. On today's show, we have a great lineup for everyone. Jeremy Zuckerman and Benjamin Wynn, founders of production and sound design company The Track Team, will share their latest animated series, The Legend of Korra, which actually premieres on Nickelodeon April 14th.
Plus, we'll meet Fabian, Altusany, and Tommy Rosen and get the inside scoop on the upcoming Tadasana Music and Yoga Festival, which will be on the beach in Santa Monica, April 20 through 22.
Are you going to be doing some yoga moves?
I'll be standing on my head. You'll be there with me, won't you? Oh, no, you have a wedding, I believe.
No,
right?
I'm going to a wedding, but I'll be thinking about you standing on your head.
Bless you.
We are also extremely excited to have our musical guest today, Echo Park's indie rockers. No, this is a band to watch. They're going to play a song called Another Life. Here they are. No.
Daily I remember life before the war. No awkward invitations, but just invite them all. Innocence and laughter, we threw it all away. A game of slow disaster we didn't need to play. I'll see you in another life. You don't walk this way anymore. I'll see you in another life. I pretend that I don't think of you at all. I hope they never sent you the words they meant to say, 'cause I'll be home December to chase them all away. And we'll get pretty after. I'll take us on a train to innocence and laughter. We'll fill our hearts again. I'll see you in another life. You don't walk this way anymore. I'll see you in another life. I pretend that I don't think of you. I'll see you in another life. You don't walk this way anymore. I'll see you in another life. I pretend that I don't think of you at all.
Yes, lots of news this week, as usual. On the ultimate chart, your boy, Justin Bieber,
kid's a beast,
dethroned your favorite band, Fun, with Boyfriend.
Yeah, that's a big song.
Justin literally teased Boyfriend. The video's not even out yet on the internet last week, and it just soared up the social media chart. It's a total smash. And it's off his new album called Believe.
That'll be a big record.
The other history maker this week was, of course, Madonna. We've been talking about her a lot. She did have an amazing first week sales that was basically inflated by ticket sales because she was giving away her album with tickets. And she made history on the Billboard charts because the album MDMA fell 88%.
Not the kind of history you want to make, though.
No. So it's a little bit embarrassing, but who knows?
Ever, right?
That is like the biggest drop ever in the history of the Billboard charts. So we'll see what happens with the next single.
Number 2 was Gaga.
Drop?
Gaga. She
Really?
had a big drop because she had also the inflated
Well, a lot of people have done the inflated. A lot of people have done the padding.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie was at number 2, and he's staying pretty strong.
Well, he's not padding.
No, he's not
He's
padding.
the real deal. Lionel Richie's
He's the real deal.
And,
so what are you doing this weekend?
Well, I was going to stay home and just read a lot, but you know what? I'm going to go to one of the biggest musical festivals in the country and the world. It's called Coachella, and it takes place every year out in the desert, and it's a lot of big bands in the sun, fun, and it's everybody you want to see, from all the top artists like Radiohead, Black Keys. You have the reunion of Dre and Snoop, great bands like the Shins, M83, Bon Iver will be there. Plus, those kids love the crazy DJs, man. Cascade will be there, David Guetta will be there, Afrojack will be there, stuff like Lucent Dossier. It's just an amazing thing. And last year, obviously, Afrojack, talking about, got a big bump up when Sir Paul McCartney jumped up and got on stage with him. So
True that.
You never know who is going to jump up and what
it's 2
surprises.
weekends, right? I mean, this is the first time ever it's 2 weekends.
It's actually, there have been festivals that have been 2 weekends, but this is a mirror, where it's the exact same lineup 2 weeks in a row.
And it's sold out
immediately.
last year.
And if anybody wants to see an amazing clip online, it's called Coachella Killchella, which is an amazing spoof that someone did about how hot the tickets are and what it's like to get them. So go online and check that out.
Hot tickets.
Yeah.
Hot.
So speaking of hot, we have some seriously hot fellas in the studio with us today.
Hot men.
And they are all about the Tadasana World Music and Yoga Festival, which will take place in Santa Monica, April 20th through 22nd. So, Tommy, Rosen, Fabian, how are you guys?
Super good.
Welcome to the Weekly Comet.
So glad to be here. Thank you.
So tell us about the festival. How'd you guys decide to get this going, and where'd it come from, and tell us about it.
Yeah, it's been a long-going conversation.
It's been about a 7-year-long dialogue going on between us.
Yeah, we met back in New York City, and Fabian had conceived of this concert that was going to be sort of a mixture of culture, different music, and different things that would be sort of it would take over a part of New York City for a little while. He was living in New York City, and 7 years of discussion and sort of fleshing that idea out brought Fabian out to Los Angeles, and we were sitting around the table one day, and Fabian said, "You know, we've got to do this music thing, this world music thing," and I said, "Well, we've got to do a yoga festival," and it was like, bam!
Put the peanut butter and the chocolate together.
There it was.
You got it. Reese's right.
That's right.
Wow. So who's performing, and tell us about the format, how it works.
Sure. We've got a whole world of different musicians coming together from all over the planet. We've got incredible musicians from Mali, from Morocco, from India, from around the United States, naturally. And the concept is really bringing together great world music artists and devotional singers and sacred music artists to perform live for yoga classes. So during the day, you have all these huge, large-scale yoga classes going on with 300-400 people in a tent with a live concert going on while it's happening. So some of the greatest yoga teachers in the world, great musicians in the world, and incredible DJs as well, all part of the package, and all these variety of tents right on the beach in Santa Monica. And then during the night, we have something equivalent to like a South by Southwest, where we have multiple venues all over downtown Santa Monica with all these bands that have been performing during the yoga classes, performing in venues throughout the city.
So they get to stretch it out and do their full evening performances.
Wow.
Yeah, these like collaborations between yoga teacher and musician have never taken place before. And in some cases, they actually, because of the challenge of getting some of these people here, they may never take place again.
Visas are an issue, right?
Well, the visas and the travel and just the the logistical nature of what we've put together here is very complex. To say
so are you planning on just doing this once, or are you trying to make this annual? Ideally, you'd make it annual, right?
Right, and I want to come right out and say that if this was a one-time venture, I'd shoot myself in the head.
Which is very un-yogi.
Which is very un-yogi.
Well, hopefully we come to talk a little more about yoga in a minute, but no, we had the great good fortune to be in business with Kevin Wall. Kevin backed our whole venture, and this is a man who has produced some of the largest shows we've seen in our history, Live Aid and Live Earth, and you know, he understands the global nature of yoga. He understands that it's not a trend. It's here to stay. It's needed, and his words were very specific. Tadasana Festival needs to be a globally impactful brand. We're going to take it to many, many countries.
Oh, wow.
Take it across the United States. And he was funny about it. He's like, you know, I don't do small, several thousand person concerts in Santa Monica. He's like, it's a beautiful vision and it's going to be amazing and knock it out. And you guys need to knock it out here. But this is a vision that needs to find its way around the world. So we're super excited about it.
What music are you guys most excited about seeing?
Around the festival?
Yeah.
Viafar Couture and Idan Raichel, great musician from Mali and from Israel, coming together. They have a new album that just came out with Kumbancha Records. And the record is one of my favorite albums to have come out this year. So they're going to be passing through, they'll be performing from one of the classes with a yoga teacher named Shiva Ray. So
of course, Shiva Ray.
Yeah, so Shiva Ray with these musicians performing with her. Another concert that's taking place is this thing that we have called Sounds of Tadasana. We created a free download that's gotten about 15,000 downloads so far with 30 songs with all the musicians from the festival. And we're doing a live version of that concert at one of the venues with a guy by the name of Kirsch Kale. He's the musical director for that event.
Wow.
So we got all these different musicians again from around the world collaborating and creating a live experience of that album. So
what's the site again to get that yoga tunes that people can download?
Sure. If people just go to TadasanaFestival.com, that's TADASANA Festival.com, then they're able to download all the music. It's all available there at TadasanaFestival.com for free.
Good price. I like free.
Free is good.
Free is great.
Kids like free music.
Thank you guys so much.
Absolutely. I just want to say, you know, if you've never experienced yoga before, come out to the beach and you'll feel very at home. This is not like the kind of thing where you need to be intimidated or you're going to find that everybody's in like perfect shape or there's some kind of advanced yogis. There's every level class, and you're going to be able to enjoy this incredible music. So come on down and join us.
So it's a 3-day event, but you can buy individual day tickets too, right?
Yeah, you can buy single-day passes Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's April 20, 21, 22. It's Earth Day weekend. We'll be right at the beach. It's really perfect.
Perfect timing.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you will not be yogiing with
I
me.
will not be. I will be with you guys in spirit.
God bless you.
Next up, we have composer Jeremy Zuckerman and Benjamin Wynn. But first, check out this clip of the Legend of Korra. Welcome to the show, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks so much.
Love that Legend of Korra clip.
Sweet.
It's good.
Now, I know that you guys are the track team. And Jeremy, I know you're doing the composition, and Ben, you're doing sound design. And if you could kind of explain the difference for us, for our audience, because I know there is a difference. So kind of give us a little bit about what you guys actually do.
Absolutely. I think it's a little easier to explain the music side of things than sound design. Like people often get that look on their face, like everything's gone blank when you talk about sound design. So we could probably talk about that a little more. But music is pretty self-explanatory. I do the underscore for The Legend of Korra. It's actually the only music you hear. Like there's no licensed music or anything like that. So I'm responsible for that side of things. And then Ben does the sound design, which you can explain a bit.
Yeah, sound design is...
You paint sound. Okay.
Yeah, I design sounds. It's very... I wish it was very aloof all the time. But no, it can be anything from, you know, concrete sounds of doors opening and that. But it's also... The show has a lot of sort of pseudo-magical sound. They call them benders, so they bend nature. So there's earth bending, fire bending, water bending.
So you're a bender.
You
bender.
make the sound for bending
yes.
of wow.
Sound bender.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
I like that job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. So, you know, there's like huge fire tornadoes battling tsunami, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
Kids like that crazy stuff.
Can you like sound effect our life?
Yeah.
We can do it right now if you
Wouldn't that be really cool?
What do you want? What do you want?
And you also work on the music of Kung Fu Panda, right?
That's right.
And both of you guys do the
That's right.
posters
Yeah.
for that.
Yes, that's right.
So that's different. So the first show, you trade off responsibilities. On the Panda, you're together.
Yeah, we kind of, like we'll take acts. Yeah, we still work separately initially. Like we'll, you know, Ben will take an act and I'll take an act. And then we'll come together at the end and make sure it's cohesive and all that.
Because otherwise it could be different.
Yeah, at this point, you know, we've done, I think we've scored like 35 episodes or something, so there's enough of a vocabulary that it's pretty clear stylistically what needs to happen. So we almost never run into a situation where there's a problem, you know, there's a lack of continuity.
Right.
And we still work separately. We each have studios in our house. And, you know, we'll still work separately and come together.
When did you guys become the track team?
What was it, 2004?
Yeah,
I think we incorporated in 2004.
Ooh, you were in court. That's
Yes.
Check it out.
Check
You have
it
to.
out, man.
You have to.
We met at Cal Arts and then started doing, you know, little projects together,
Right.
commercials and stuff like that. And then we finally formed a company when we did Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Right. And you also have your side projects.
That's right.
Right.
Please, come on, tell us.
Well, I just have a little, I just have a small thing where it's like a funk band, like a horn funk band.
Nice.
And we do, yeah, we're on a little hiatus right now because work got so busy, but we're gonna start playing again soon.
Are you singing instrument? What's your?
I do guitar and I do the arrangements for the horns.
Nice.
Yeah, so we do a lot of James Brown, Meters, Willie Bobo, you know, a lot of the instrumental funk stuff,
Right.
like the early
Little
70s.
Sissy Strut in your life?
Yep, well, of course, you know,
Sure.
all the good look
Classic
pie
Meters
stuff.
composition, by the way.
Absolutely, check it out if you don't know it.
It's a must-have. And
Funk
you,
101.
we'll be seeing you this weekend at Coachella, won't we?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
We're playing on Sunday at the Do Lab stage. I make electronic music as Deru. I've released a couple of records and play live. And
Cool.
yeah, and do
So what time are you going on?
1:55.
To be exact.
Yeah, to be exact.
Which is a good time to go on.
It is actually, and the Do Lab stage is always really fun because they always have water features. Like
Misters.
yeah, they have like water cannons and people sit there and just blast people with water. And so, you know, the midday sun in Coachella,
It can be rough.
but it makes it
Do
so
like
much
a little
fun.
oasis in the middle of Coachella.
Exactly. People are, you know, in bathing suits, just kind of
Yeah, it is
partying.
bathing
down.
suits.
And what next projects does this track team have coming up that you can tell us about?
We're just trying to finish the episode.
there's no time.
Right, there's
by
a
tomorrow
lot
or
of
something.
right.
I can't. Please, nothing more.
We're
Nothing
stealing you
more.
guys away from the studio. It's really hard to do episodic television.
Korra
Yeah.
debuts April 14th.
April
is that right?
14th.
That's right,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday.
So everyone check it out. Thank you guys so much
Thank you
for
for having
coming
us.
on the show.
Thank you so much.
John will be checking you out at Coachella. I'll be sure to catch the funk band.
Awesome.
Yes.
And next up, Noah's going to join us again. But first, check out this video clip.
Stay with me. We were never meant to be apart. These constellations are not so hard to trace. They always know just where to find us. You stay up waiting till they light up your face. You wait all night, all night.
Yes.
Yay!
No. Yes. We're back with no, right? Yes. We're back
John.
with no. Bradley.
I know. You probably never get that, right?
Yeah, you never heard
the
that
no
before.
jokes.
The first time. Yeah. It's crazy how that works. And you're probably not the only band in the world called No, aren't you?
I know. There's probably a few.
So Bradley and Sean started this band, and Bradley's from New Zealand.
Yes.
And
You guys are Echo Park based, right?
That's right. Yeah. We kind of just stayed over there because it's the only place we can afford to live at the moment. But we all got a big house, and no, I'm just making this all up. But it's a good part of town, and there's like, you know, there's a cool kind of scene developing out there right now, and a lot of our friends' bands, and
A lot of great music.
yeah, it's kind of cool to be part of it, you know, and go out and do shows together and stuff, you know.
How did you guys meet?
Breakfast.
Yeah.
Breakfast. You met at breakfast?
Actually, at Millie's. And one of our friends, a mutual friend, like I think that like she was trying to set us up.
It was like a bromance. You guys
Yeah.
were, you know.
It was a whirlwind romance.
I played Sean a new song I just written, and he's like, "Do you need a bass player?" And I was like, I might. And then we kind of went from there.
you've been playing how long together?
We started this band. We started playing live in November.
Wow. So it's very recent.
Wow,
pretty
that's
new.
super.
Yeah.
That's super quick.
We spent about maybe a year before that just working on songs and just kind of deciding what we wanted to do. We didn't want
Right.
to just start like we kind of started officially like around May 2010. It was on my birthday.
And how did you hook up with origami vinyl? Because I know Neil was the one.
Well, Sean should probably answer that question.
Who was the one who?
I opened the shop with Neil.
Oh, okay.
I've been working there since the beginning. So Neil and I have actually been long time
So
friends.
he was no choice, basically.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It was kind of a no-brainer. We had a couple of people that we were talking to about doing some records, and
Right.
I had been asking his advice, and it kind of just turned into that.
Wow. Well, what a perfect way to have sort of like a base with origami,
Well,
which is
it just
super
makes
cool
sense.
and
Yeah,
totally makes
it's all
sense.
family.
Yeah, it's all family, and Neil and you obviously are so entrenched in the scene.
Well, it's just origami vinyl's like the center of the village. So
Right.
it's a good meeting point for before shows, and it's just a place we can all go and hang out. But there's also so many good like in-stores there. Almost every other night you'll see a really cool band playing there, and it's pretty cool.
It's great to have a scene. It's very hard in this town to be part of something like that. That's why when we had Neil on, I thought it was incredibly impressive that he's created that
Right.
environment. So it's great that this
Yeah.
is the next level. He's bringing bands up and out.
I think Neil's been there for 10 years now, so he's like really had a time to cultivate like what he's done, and,
Yeah.
and the store's been open for 3, I think. Just the other day, they did their 3rd birthday.
Wow.
So,
It was our third birthday.
so it's pretty exciting seeing things come together, and there's actually been a handful of other vinyl stores open on the east side as well, which is even more exciting because
Right.
it shows there's that enthusiasm's kind of, you know.
Yeah, I was actually in Japan a week ago, and I went to Tower Records. It's the only Tower Records in the world. And that experience of walking around a record store, 6 floors of music,
So cool.
it's just like, I'm so sad that my kids don't even experience that. So it's great that, that's happening on the
Well,
east
and
side.
also you guys are giving away your EP right now for free.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where do people go?
It's
No Music
for.me.
for.me.
Yeah, that's for FOR, so nomusicfor.me. But we wanted to give it away because, I mean, not many people can afford to buy music at the moment anyway, and if we're a new band, we can't assume that everyone is going to like us anyway. So we figured we'd just like take down
Free
the
is
barriers.
good like too.
Free is good.
And but you know what? And we put it on vinyl as well with Neil, and
Right.
it's like we've only got a handful of copies left now, which is pretty cool. So yeah.
Well, yeah, it's already collectors.
Yeah.
And are you guys working on your full length? Are you in the...
We don't actually know. We're just figuring out. Right now, we're just working on a bunch of songs, and we're like kind of still figuring out what we're doing beyond this EP. Like, it only came out really, a few months ago. So
Yeah, you guys are moving pretty quick. I mean, the buzz on you is really, really hot right now. So
honestly, all we want to do is go on tour and come back and visit like a few times a year. But we just want to be able to do some shows.
you want to get out
Yeah,
of
it's
it.
just
Be on the road.
It's just something to be said for every night you get out and get to play with these guys every night. It's pretty special.
Well, you
So-
guys
you
are
guys sound great.
amazing. And everyone out there watching, you heard Noak here first. And they're going to close with one more song called Big Waves.
right.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, I really appreciate
Thanks
you
so
guys
much for
coming.
having us on. Cheers. Thank you. Tie me up with a ribbon in your hair. There wasn't anything you said, just a glance that I mistook. Be kind, I'm a little slow. I'm gonna run till you find me under the table. When our many worlds collide, but you don't feel the same. Through the doorway, you find your way. We don't know why we get lonely. Make believe we know what's right. We get tired of fighting, fired up. Hold your humble hands towards the sky. Better off than a billion millionaires. And there's a clock that we all share. Get your glimpse, but don't get close. Big waves and a little boat. I'm gonna run till you find me under the table. When how many worlds collide, but you don't feel
what's right. We get tired of fighting, fired up. Lift your humble hands tonight. We don't know why we get lonely. Make believe we know what's right. We get tired of fighting, fired